Imagine there's four guys in a cave. They're chained to a wall. Their necks chained back. Their arm chained back. Their whole body's just chained to this wall. And they've been here their whole life. They've been forced to look straight. All four of them. They don't know what each other look like. They've never seen another human before. All they've ever seen is this wall in front of them. And deep back behind them, there's a fire, and it casts a shadow onto the cave wall in front of them, just very dimly, but it makes shadows in front of them. And every time somebody walks by at the top of the cave, you can see their shadow walk across the cave wall. And these four guys, they give names to these shadows, and these shadows are what they assume people to be. They assume these are humans, what each other are. They think they're shadows. And this is all they've known their whole life. One guy from the cave, he ends up escaping, and he gets up, goes out into the real world, but he's so used to seeing darkness and everything his whole life, his eyes just don't work. They're not adjusted yet, and he's blinded by the sun. He literally can't see. And he stumbles his way across, he's walking around, and he ends up going to this river, and he finds a river, and he looks down at the river, and he's able to see his reflection in the water, and he can see the world around him in the water. He can see the trees, the sky. He's able to see it all through the reflection. And he's getting like a sense of what the world really is, and he looks up, and he's not blinded anymore, and he can actually see around him and like see the world, experience the real world. And now that he's seen other humans, he's seen what the world really is and what it's capable of. He understands more about life, and he understands how much, like how shitty his life was before he got out of this cave. And he lives life for a little bit, and he experiences everything, and he goes back to the cave. He wants to save his boys. Like, he's going back there to get his fucking boys and save them, let them see the world and understand what they're missing out on. And he goes back down to the cave. He walks in, but now his eyes are adjusted to the light, and he comes in the cave and he can't see anymore. He's walking around in darkness and he just literally can't see. And he finds his boys chained to the wall, and he's like, guys, y'all know we've been missing out this whole time. Like, the world's so much better out there. And he talks about how he can't see anymore. And they're like, so you expect us to trust you whenever you're saying all this crazy shit, and you come down to our world and you can't even see anymore, your eyes don't work anymore, and you're talking about all this crazy stuff, and you literally come down here and you're expecting us to believe you and go out there with you? And he just can't convince them. There's no chance that they're leaving because the guy just sounds crazy to them. He's talking about everything that they believe in already. All their beliefs are being challenged by this guy who left already, and he's not even a part of their group anymore. He's basically a stranger at this point. He's a whole different man. So he leaves. He's not staying back in this dark and depressing place. He goes back to the world that he found, that he enjoys now. And he goes up here and he experiences life. He does this thing. He's living better than these guys who are just down in the dark. They haven't experienced what the world has to offer. And he's out here living to his fullest potential. And this story is called Plato's Allegory of the Cave. And it gives so many amazing metaphors and analogies. For example, like whenever the man escapes and he goes to the river and he sees his reflection, he sees the world's reflection, and it's basically him seeing what he's been missing out on. And I'll use the gym for an example. Let's say you're a young guy and you want to get in the gym. You have a friend group and you're a little nerdy. You don't talk to any girls. Y'all play games all day. It's things like this, and you want to get in the gym. So you start going to the gym. You're going for a little while. You start seeing small results in yourself, and you see the people in the gym and how they have so much muscle and they're confident in themselves. So you're seeing the benefits. That's you looking in the reflection of the water. And now fast forward, it's like a year or two later, and you're seeing these benefits for yourself. You're big now. You're confident. You love looking in the mirror. You're actually proud of yourself and what you've done, and you're confident in yourself. Like you exude confidence. Like people see it. And you've been talking to your friends this whole time. You're trying to get your friends in the gym so they can experience what you're experiencing. How much better you feel. The confidence, the muscle, all this stuff, and you're trying to explain it to them. But to them, you're an outlier now. They can't trust you. You're like a whole different person. They're not gonna truly understand what you've experienced until they go through it themselves and they genuinely want to go and do it. You took this step. You took the step to go out and go in the gym and get this experience and get these benefits, but they haven't even seen the reflection yet. And you're telling them about the world after. But they still haven't seen the reflections. They just think you're crazy. They think you're just an outlier now. Like you're not part of them. You're bettering yourself while they're kind of just sticking in their dark, depressing place. And you're seeing all the new stuff that the world has to offer. And this goes in like all areas. Whenever you're trying to better yourself, you can't force your friends to better themselves too. It's just a trap you're gonna fall into. You're gonna want to bring your friends up with you, but it's just not gonna happen until they're ready for it. And this story, Plato's Allegory of the Cave, it demonstrates this beautifully, and it's whenever I first heard it, it made me think about all the different areas you can go into, and I thought it was awesome. But I hope this helps you understand that your friends need to understand why they want to start, and they have to just do it on their own. You can try to hint at things and let them come up with it themselves, but you can't force it onto them. They're not going to stick to it. They might try it, they're not going to stick to it until they fully believe that it can help them and they see the reflection in the water. They have to see that themselves. But yeah, if you're interested in this kind of content, please subscribe. I make videos about self-improvement, how to help better myself and how you can help better yourself. If you're interested in this, please subscribe and leave a comment on what you think about this video and if it helped you at all. See you in the next one.